The research formalized models of processes and optimization of indicators for complex equipment recycling project is presented. Now, in Ukraine, the recycling of complex equipment doesn't have a sufficient scientific and technical, economic, regulatory and legal basis. The use of modern infocommunication technologies in the field of business process management is not effective enough. Study and development in the field of recycling are unplanned, fragmentary in nature, solve mainly some issues and don't take into account the set of economic, resource-saving and environmental aspects. Thus, the recycling of large transport units is now a promising, little developed area of scientific and practical activities. The aim of the research is to develop system models of processes for their further application in infocommunication calls technology. This technology is a tool for strategic management of the life cycle of the recycling project. The following tasks are solved. System model of work complex in recycling project, including the structural models of purposes and algorithmic process models, is developed. Optimization models of basic indexes of recycling project, such as profit, cost, time, quality and value of possible cost of risk, are formed. The conducted researches are based on the use of methods of the system approach at formation of representation of a project life cycle and hierarchical representation of infocommunication interaction of its participants, process and set theoretical approaches in the construction of system models of the project, algorithmic modeling based on regular schemes of system models for a formalized representation of the components of the project content, models and methods of mathematical programming in the optimization of the main indicators of the recycling project. As a result, the system model of work complex in recycling project and optimization models of basic indexes of recycling project are presented. The main criteria that characterize the recycling process are W. Cost of the recycling project. D. Profit from the recycling of complex equipment. T. Time spent on recycling. Q. Criterion that characterizes the impact of the technological process and the recycling object on the environment and the operator. K. Quality criterion of the recycling process. A multi-criteria objective function can be represented using an additive convolution. For this purpose, each criterion must be normalized and the importance of the criteria must be assessed in the form of their conditional weights. For example, the task of minimizing financial cost as well as cost in case of a risk of dangerous exposure using a multi-criteria target function can be represented as you can see on this slide. The system model of the complex recycling project describes the complex of works taking into account works on reduction of losses from a possible negative impact on the environment and the operator. Algebraic transformations allow, by combining some works within the process, eliminating feedback and iteration, to obtain an expression acceptable for the construction of a network schedule of works. The choice of the objective function of the optimization problem depends on the specifics of the goals of the recycling project. For the practical implementation of these models, technologies of analysis and reengineering of business processes, storage and management of product data are used. The developed models of purposes allow to coordinate the local goals of the project participants, thus increasing the efficiency of management in terms of achieving the main goals of the project. Application of the developed models allows to increase efficiency of processes of works complex formation in the recycling project. It's planned to develop these studies in the direction of implementing new management mechanisms which involves reforming the main business processes of the enterprise, using of international standards in the field of infocommunication technologies for the purpose of successful integration and information management. Thank you for your attention.